in Spanish. I was just joking around. I got Robert Stukes on. Robert, say hello.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
So guys, if you can hear us, and I hope you can, please say something in the chat to that effect. You can't see anything yet. Well, you can see something, but it's not worth seeing. But let's see who. Barry, how's it going, buddy? Brandon, thank you. Aloha, Brandon, how's it going? Marshall, yeah, everybody's talking in Spanish and Hawaiian. Go figure. Awesome. Now, Robert, we're going to hit record. I'm going to introduce you real fast, and as we discuss, you're going to take it away. And hey, Chuck, how's it going in Las Vegas? And I know you're going to totally blow these guys' minds, because when you and I were talking, you were blowing my mind, so I'm good with this. So here we go. Starting the recording now. Hi guys, Lee Cole here, and I have my good friend Robert Stukes on. Robert, tell the audience hello, please.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Robert.
And we've got, really, Robert, this is one of the webinars that I've been the most excited about all year, because what we're talking about, the title of the webinar is Autopilot Clients, How to Reach Over $10,000 per month. And here's the big word right here, in recurring client revenue. Because Robert, you know, if you make 10 grand in a month, that's cool, and then you got to get your butt out of bed next month and make it again. That's not cool, right? But
That's
talking about we're talking about recurring revenue that anybody can do, super newbie friendly, and you can get up to this speed within weeks. Guys, you're on my list. You know me. I feel 100% comfortable in telling you that you can do this, because I've known Robert a long, long time, person that I really look up to. He shared this with me, and it is hand on a stack of Bibles exactly what it says it is. So Robert, please take it away and show us what is so cool about this.
Man, I love that introduction. I appreciate it, Lee. Guys, my name is Robert Stukes, and I'm going to, Lee, if you want to go ahead and hand the presentation over to me and make me the presenter, what I'll do is I'll start showing my screen here in just a second, and we're going to get started. I'm not one of those people that's going to talk about myself a whole lot. You guys, you know, you're not going to care about who I am until I actually show you what I can do for you. So give me a 1 or a yes in the chat box if you can see the Business Consultant Academy logo spread across your screen right now. And while you guys are putting that in the chat box right now, I'm going to go ahead and bring this presentation over and make it full size. We got recordings here, but if you guys know that with GoToWebinar, you know, it's never a dull moment. We never know what to expect. So we are recording, but if you're on right now, I see that Lee has a lot of people that are on here right now, and you don't want to log off and then try to log back on and some Johnny-come-lately steal your spot, and worse, our recording doesn't happen, okay? So
Amen to that.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get through this stuff really fast. Lee's a busy working professional. I'm busy. You guys are busy, so I'm going to respect the heck out of your time. Now, like Lee said, this is called Autopilot Clients, how we reached over $10,000 a month in recurring client revenue from new clients within a few short weeks. That's Lee down there. You guys know him, and I appreciate your time, you giving me your time. That's me. That's the guy with the big old beard down there in the bottom right. I'm the guy that looks like the guy that you would give $1 to if you saw me on the street. I kind of look like a bum, and there's a good reason for that. We'll talk about that. So my goal during this is by the end of this workshop, you're going to know the brand new system that we're using to sign up high-paying clients without any selling. Okay, and this is a point that I'm going to drive home to you, and it's one of the main points of this thing. I do not like to sell anything. And by that, that doesn't mean that people don't buy from me. Okay, people buy from me a lot, but I don't like to be that salesman kind of person. I don't know how to push that hard sale. So give me a 1 or a yes if you're like me. If you're not quite comfortable doing that huge hard selling and going after people over and over and over again. Okay, so I figured out a way that people can buy from me without me having to push sales all the time. So we're going to talk about that. And if you stay until the end, I'm going to show you exactly how to copy this entire setup. okay? That includes templates, swipes, and even where I find all these clients that I'm getting into my business. If you just meet a few criteria. Robert, why is this different? I've been on 100 webinars this year, and why is this different? Because every one of them says, this is different, this is different, this is different, okay? So while I'm going through this short little list, you're going to be shaking your head, nodding your head at the screen, saying, hey, this really does look different, because most things taught are too complicated. They're too expensive to get clients. They give you analysis paralysis. They'll tell you what to do, but they don't really tell you that next couple of steps to get started, and then give you the exact going through there afterwards, right? How to get through that maze. You have to cold call. And if you're like me, I can't stand the thought of cold calling. Now, I don't mind getting on the phone, especially when I'm taking an order from a client, okay? But I don't like to be the one that's like trying to jump through hoops, get past the gatekeeper and all that stuff. It's just not my style, all right? You can always go back and learn more. This is really, really important. We have this inherent thing as business people, we think we have to know everything before we get started. Who feels that way? Feel free to give me a 1 or a yes in the chat box. If you felt that way before, I got to know everything before I get started. I have to be the expert in SEO. I got to be the expert in Facebook ads. I got to be the expert in client acquisition. I got to be the expert in absolutely everything. Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm going to pull that weight off of your shoulders, and I'm going to give you a little bit of confidence that you need. So you're going to strut away from this webinar like John Travolta in that movie where he was staying alive, right? You're going to have that confident strut about you, and you're going to be able to go forward and do this stuff and implement these things that I'm telling you how to do with complete confidence, which is what you need as a consultant. Now, a little bit about me. That's me on the left there. I'm a serious professional. You can tell by the beard and the baseball cap, okay? I've been a marketing consultant since 2006. That's been about 11 years. I've been actively online, meaning I've been running businesses online since 2004, but as a consultant to businesses, it's been 11 years. I'm the king of work smarter, not harder. That means that I am strategically lazy. I will spend a few hours right now, today, in order to save myself an hour a week for the rest of the year. Does that make sense? It's strategically lazy, okay? So I am the king of work smarter, not harder, and you are going to learn how to implement this stuff for your own business so you can be strategically lazy too, because none of us got in this business to grind to enough. Lee was just telling me, and we were just talking about how none of us got in this business to work late into the night and to basically become MIA from our families. All right, my current tally of clients is 120, between $2,500 a month and $19,000 a month. The $2,500 a month are grandfathered in. Now my minimum is $3,500 a month, and they go up to $19,000 a month from there. I also personally consult to 8 other clients for their press services, getting them, mentioned in blogs and on news sites and stuff like that, all the way to the local news, to the newspapers, to magazines, stuff like that. I personally consult to them for customer acquisition and customer automation, okay? Strategically lazy. Automate everybody coming in, okay? So over the years, I've got a lot of things right, but I've also done a lot of things really, really wrong. And the reason that is important is I'm giving you a fast pass past the bad. So if you go to like Disney World, or if you go to, let's say, Six Flags or something like that, and you pay a couple of extra bucks and you're able to go to the front of the line, think of this like that. But Robert, it's easy for you. You've done this for over 11 years. You know all the insides and outs and everything, and I'm just getting started. I only have 2 clients, or I have no clients, right? Look, this works for you no matter what level you're at, just like Lee said at the beginning of the presentation. So after doing this for 10, 11 years, it doesn't matter if you've been doing this for that long or 2 weeks. Your system that you put into place is the backbone, okay? And you can trust in your system. We'll call it a machine, if you will, okay? So think of it as a machine that we put together, we build it, and then we start it up and we start feeding it clients, and those clients come through and they do these special kind of things, and then they end up buying from us. Notice I didn't say we end up selling to them. They end up buying from us. So it's 3 stupid simple, secret client automation steps that does all that heavy lifting for us. Now, this is about 11 years in the making, because back in the day when I was literally doing everything, I had 14 employees in my Atlanta office, not far from where Lee is right now. I lived in Decatur, but my office was in Atlanta. It was off Memorial Drive. It was in kind of a sketchy neighborhood, and it was because I was cheap. I had 14 employees in there, and I was doing even with those employees, at 30 years old, I was headed towards like a mental breakdown, because I was the bottleneck. Nothing went through without my direct involvement over and over and over again. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. I would triple check everything. And that's because I wanted to do such a good job for my clients. But when it ended up happening is I was actually getting physically ill from working 100 hours a week, 110 hours a week, 120 hours a week, because I didn't have a safety net to fall back on. So I was like, if I let any one of these pins that I'm juggling drop, then the whole thing's going to go away. And I knew that I wasn't sustainable. So that's when I started really going after another way. There had to be a better way. So what's really important, though, is you never have to feel like a used car salesman. Give me a heck yes. Okay, I'm gonna abstain from cursing on this presentation, but give me a heck yes if that is exactly what you want. You don't want to feel like a used car salesman. You don't want to be stuck selling and doing all those cheesy, hokey things. There's nothing wrong with selling, but there is a wrong way to do selling, okay? Your end of the bargain in return for me showing you this is just to hold your questions until the Q&A at the end, all right? Because I'm going to show you exactly how you can copy my entire setup, okay? If you got a question, write it down, pull up a text file or a Word doc or something like that, write it in there, and I will get to all your questions at the end. Close your Facebook, close Twitter. You can argue with people about politics and the clips and all that stuff a little bit later. Just devote 1 hour to your business and take some notes, because this is good stuff. This is the result of all of my years, okay? So you get to cheat and learn it the easy way, where I had to spend lots and lots of money and lots of time and nearly made myself sick by figuring this stuff out, okay? So first I was doing things the hard way. So you can give me a heck yes if you have heard of this before. Basically, it's chasing your own tail. It's chasing and calling potential clients that really haven't expressed much interest, and we're trying to close them. Who's learned that that's the right way? You can give me a 1, you can give me a yes in there. I'm paying attention. I'm not going to call you out. But this is how I originally got my clients. I would sit there and call them every week or twice a week, try to get past the gatekeeper. And they knew who I was after a while. And just basically try to put them in the client headlock to get them to close. And we've heard that that's the way to do things. We've seen all this training, how to get past the gatekeeper. What are all these little tactics and stuff. I used to go around Atlanta delivering donuts to the gatekeepers just so they would be able to take my call. They would take my call then because they knew I was a nice guy. I put some FaceTime in there, okay? Also, going into the red to spend a ton of money on advertising, whether it's Facebook advertising, Google advertising, whatever advertising there is, to get clients, and we're going up against the so-called big boys with deep pockets, okay? That's the hard way. There's nothing against Facebook. There's nothing against ads at all. But that's the hard way, especially if you're just starting out and you have a limited budget. Another hard way, the spray and pray spam approach of spending hours on social media to market to people that are really just trying to market back at you. And I have nothing against LinkedIn, but a lot of the things that are taught about LinkedIn, I know Lee and Gloria have amazing LinkedIn training. But a lot of the other people out there that are trying to tell people how to get clients off of LinkedIn, all they end up doing is marketing to people that are just trying to market back at them. And that is what I call a spray and pray approach. There is a more direct route there. Another hard way, spending hours and days and weeks and months doing content marketing, hoping it lands you some clients, i.e. not doing what you set out to do. Everyone on this call set out to be a consultant. That means we set out to make a good living by giving great advice to our clients and taking care of them, okay? Now, if we're spending all of our time trying to get new clients, we are ripping our current clients off. We are ripping them off because we're not devoting our time to our current clients. Does that make sense? Okay. The last thing of the hard way is simply wondering, what do I do next? And that really is the most frustrating part right there. Just wondering, what the hell do I do next? So, of course, the answer to this is yes. Do you want the easy way to get and serve clients and get paid well without all the nonsense? Because remember, you don't have to be an expert in every single thing digital marketing in order to start. Okay? So in one 3-week span, we signed 8 new clients to fixed-term recurring packages between $3,500 and $19,000 a month. And every single one contacting us first, wanting to buy. We never sold to them anything. Now, we sold packages, meaning they bought packages from us, but we never went out. They came to us first, okay? So you don't have to answer this question, but I like to get a lot of engagement in here. Would you rather force a sale or have your prospects calling you wanting to buy? You don't have to answer this question. I already know the answer to this question. And we're going to get started on the next slide after this one. And I know that you understand why I have to do this, but thank you for being patient while I just read through this real quick. It's the obligatory, stuffy but important disclaimer in this presentation. I'm going to show you the process we use to go from $0 to $10,000 per month as an offline business consultant in our testing. These results are not typical. In every testing situation, the methods outlined were put it to work and they paid off very, very well. I don't know you or your situation or your work ethic. Furthermore, the average person that attends these trainings actually gets little to no results. And we already know why that is, right? It's because they go back to arguing with grandma on Facebook, okay? They get into those old habits again. However, I am willing to show you exactly what worked for these tests and what works for me and my agency on this workshop at no cost. At no point am I making any promises that you'll get rich quick, that you'll own a Lamborghini tomorrow, that you'll fly to Tahiti the next day, or you'll buy your own island in the next month. That's not how I work. I'm here to give you real numbers and real life stuff, okay? This is certainly not for BizOp or work from home people or amateurs that treat their business like a hobby. Okay, so that being said, thank you for your patience. The 3 secrets of this new method. Secret number 1 is going to blow your hair back. I believe in coming out strong. I only need 17 leads per day to make $10,000 a month in recurring from brand new clients. If you do not believe this, give me a 2 in the chat box right now. You're not going to hurt my feelings because I wouldn't believe it either. But if you find it hard to believe, give me a 2 in the chat box. I'm not going to call you out or anything like that. I just want you to be truthful with me because I'm being truthful with you. I'm going to show you how this does. So I expect to see some 2s in that chat box right now because that is very, very, very hard to believe. I only need 17 leads per day to make $10,000 a month in recurring. Secret number 2, I only speak to prospects that have raised their hand and shown a great deal of interest in purchasing from me, meaning I make them contact me saying, I want to buy this from you, whether it's through email, whether it's calling me on the phone, whether it's making an appointment for a phone call. I only speak to clients when they've said, I want to buy that from you. And secret number 3, $10,000 a month is literally only the beginning because scaling is easy. Now, we have tested this $10,000 a month threshold over and over and over. We did it internally to see if we could get to that level internally. Then I'm going to tell you about a case study where we did it with a friend of mine named Jeff, okay, a single father, and he was able to do it. He makes $75,000 or more a month now doing this, okay? Then we did it to 2 of my students. Every one of them hit that $10,000 a month in 6 weeks or less by doing this. Now they're on doing bigger and better things. Okay, so secret number 1, I only need 17 leads per day to make $10,000 a month in recurring, and actually most of the time, much, much less. So I've done the math. You can double check my math. Get out your calculators. Goal is $10,000 a month recurring. We're going to go through the step by step so you see exactly how it works. One approach is to go out and get 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, $1,000 a month recurring clients, okay? You can make it however you want to. I'm just showing you one way to do it, okay? We're going to go through 2 ways to do it, actually. So one approach is to do that. Since we only talk to prospects after they've gone through our process or our machine, if you will, our close rate is a little more than 1 in 3. Our close rate in my agency is closer to 1 in 2. But I realize that when you first get started, your close rate's probably not going to be as good as ours because we've been doing this for a while. But it's going to be about 1 in 3, okay? If 1 in 3, we'd need to have 30 people per month call in or email in, raising their hand essentially, to get those 10 $1,000 a month clients. Okay? So like any process, like any machine, most leads aren't going to turn into prospects. Most of those cold leads are not going to turn into prospects. 6% of ours do. I'm going to show you that in the next slide. So we need on average 500 leads per month. 500 leads divided by 30 is 16.6, which we rounded up to 17. So this is what it looks like. 500 leads, 17 a day, come into the machine. The machine does its job, and we're going to talk about exactly how that machine does its job, to where 6% of those will result in 30 calls. So 6% of 500 is 30. 30 calls or emails saying, raising their hand saying, I want what you have. That means 1 in 3, and then 1 in 3 of those, at the very least, will become a client. That's how we get our 10 $1,000 clients. Let's look at it another way. $10,000 a month recurring. Another approach is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $2,000 a month recurring clients. Now, here's where the math gets a little bit off because that's a different price point. It's a different threshold, okay? Since the price is higher, your close rate may be a little lower. So let's go very low and say it's 1 in 5. And that's very, very low because they know what you offer. They know that you're the expert. They know that you can help them by the time that they call or write in or make that appointment with you. So if you can't close 1 in 5, I mean, it's probably because you are literally going to their house and kicking their cat, all right? You can close 1 in 5. I would wager to say even if you kick their cat, you'll close 1 in 5, all right? So if 1 in 5, we would need to have 25 per month call in or email in, raising their hand to get those 5 $2,000 a month client. Like any process, most leads won't turn into prospects. 6% of ours do. So we need on average 420 per month. 420 divided by 30 days in a month equals 14 leads per day. All right, so this is what it looks like. 420 leads a day. They come into our machine. They come into our process. 6% of those will result in phone calls and or emails and or calendar appointments to where we call them back. And then 1 in 5 at the very, very low end will become $2,000 per month clients. Okay, so this is just 2 ways to get there. Remember, my lowest price point is $3,500 a month, but I realize that some people, when they just start out, they're a little bit wishy-washy about charging that much. They're like, I don't want to charge that much, or I don't have everything that you offer ready to offer yet, okay? And this works no matter what you offer. Do you offer SEO? It works. Do you offer video services? It works. Do you offer lead generation? It works. Do you offer Facebook ad campaigns? It works. Anything that you offer, do you offer content? Do you offer press releases? Do you offer anything that you can think of? This works for. It's what's called a donut, okay? Because it can be wrapped around literally anything. And I think either Dan Kennedy or Gary Halbert said that. I don't know. I'm a big fan of both, and I read it years and years ago about the donut prospect. Just 2 approaches only took 1 month. I promised you 6 weeks. Now I'm telling you, you can do it in 1 month if you're a crackerjack. You set your hair on fire and you're like, I got to do this. I got to do this. It's possible to do it in 1 month. I've seen it with my own eyes. Imagine what it's like to be in 3 months or 6 months or 1 year if you keep this up, okay? Now, secret number 2, I only speak to prospects that have raised their hand and shown a great deal of interest in purchasing from me. Here's where we're going to get into some tough love. Who likes tough love? I love it when people tough love me. They tell me the truth. Well, it might not always be the most nicest thing in the world, but if you came onto this presentation and all I did was talk about kittens and unicorns and rainbows and basically lied to you, you wouldn't get anything out of it. So I'm giving you some tough love here. All right, I'm going to tell you some things that you're probably doing wrong that other people told you it was the right way to do it. And unfortunately, those people are wrong. All right, so let's talk about 3 reasons you should never talk to a prospect that hasn't shown interest first, which is, i.e., you agreed with me earlier, that's the way that we were taught to do things. Push on those clients, call them back, email them back, give them free stuff, all this stuff, over and over and over. That's the wrong way because it's a push method. We want to pull people towards us. We want to be the Apple, okay? When Apple releases a new product, it pulls their people towards them. They don't push it on you. Number 1, when you push yourself on someone, it lowers your value, it lowers your authority, and if you're always catering to and chasing and always being there for them, and they've got no skin in the game, it lowers their respect for you on a subconscious level. Think about it like this. You ever have an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend that, you know, they're a nice guy, they're a nice girl, but you really didn't want to date them anymore, you broke up with them, and then they come groveling back and they send you flowers, or they, you know, just really want to get back to you, and you don't hate them or anything like that. You feel kind of bad for them, but you certainly don't have a lot of respect for them. Well, it's the same kind of thing. When we push ourselves on clients, if we don't irk them, at the very least, they lose respect for us because they're saying, look, you're telling me that you're like the best in the business, but like, you should be busy. Why are you bugging me? I'll buy when I'm ready. Okay? Number 2, tire kickers. Have you ever dealt with a tire kicker? They are a fact of life. They will waste your time month after month after month. They suck. Let your process, let your machine weed those tire kickers out for you. And number 3, you never have to sell a day of your life if they're pre-sold on you and your process, or you and your service by the process, by that machine. You simply answer questions, i.e. consult them, and you take the order. And that is the way that it should be. It takes all the stress off of you. It takes the stress off of them. Let's talk about 3 more reasons that you should never talk to a prospect that hasn't shown interest first. Number 1, speaking to a prospect before they're interested in you and your service, it feels pushy. It feels salesy, all right? So think about the last time that you walked into a car lot. You just want to kind of look around at some cars and some trucks, okay? And the moment you get out of your car, you haven't even walked up and looked at the first one yet. Salesman is all over you, asking about, you know, how much can you afford a month, and do you have your financing already done, and come on inside and let's work on this thing. I go, dude, I just want to see the new car that you have and look at the Bluetooth thingy, okay? Now imagine if that salesman lets you walk around for a little bit, let you look at it, kick the tires, open the door, sit in it, and then the moment you had a question and look over, he's standing 15 feet away. He's like, hey, can I help you with anything? Yeah, does this Bluetooth thingy, will it work with my phone? You know, can I take this out on a test drive? That's a great sales experience as compared to that salesman pushing himself on you. Well, we want to be that second salesman, the one that stands there, lets our clients, our potential clients, kick the tires a little bit, let them find out if they want this and if they want to buy it from us, or if they have any questions, and we're there for them when they do. So all we do is answer their questions, i.e. consult, right, because we're all consultants, and then we let them purchase from us. It makes for a much better experience for you, for your clients, and it adheres them to you. Now, these next 2 things I'm going to put up together. And if there's one thing, you already know these next 2 things, but I'm going to politely remind you of them because they are crucial to your success as a consultant in getting new clients. Number 2, everyone hates being sold to. We do not like being sold to. We do not like that pushy car salesman. We do not like telemarketing calls. We do not like it when we don't need something, but someone's sitting there basically with their hand in our pocket trying to get our wallet out saying, this is why you need this, this is why you need this, this is why you need this. Nobody likes that. Everybody is the same. Your potential clients are exactly the same way. Number 3, everyone loves to buy. When you're interested in something and you're doing research online, you're going to Amazon or you're looking at different sites and reading reviews, we love that shopping experience because we're interested in it. We know we have it. Now we're looking for other benefits and everything. Maybe we're asking questions. Maybe we're looking for other people that already have the thing. That's a buyer experience. We love to go into, some of us love to go into clothing shops. And I don't like to shop for clothes, but I know a lot of people do. They like to go in and everything. And every one of us hates that overbearing clothing person, I can't think of that retail associate that is basically hovering around us and following us around. Look, let me look at the jeans for a minute. But if I need to try these on, I want you to be available, okay? So a good retail associate has to walk a fine line. This is the same exact thing. I'm showing you how to walk that fine line. So your process, your machine should educate them on what your service is, okay? Because who here sells SEO services? Give me a 1 or a yes. I've been selling SEO services since 2006. Back when a lot of people still don't know what SEO is, but in 2006 they really didn't know what SEO services. So I had to sell it to people that had no idea there was a Google. And they were like, well, how do I get on the Google? Well, I can get you on the Google, okay? That's how they say it. Or on the Yahoo, or on the Bing, because back then it was all 3 of them. No, it wasn't Bing back then. I think it was still Microsoft Live. So I had to educate them first on why they needed SEO, what SEO was. And you can imagine if I'm doing this over and over and over and over and over for every prospect, oh my God, like all of my time is spent educating them. So we need a process in place. We need a machine in place that does that for us. Then we have to educate them on why they need that service. Because a lot of people is like, okay, there's a thing called Google. You can get me to #1. Great. Why do I need that? All right. Well, hey, you want more foot traffic to your website, correct? You want more buyers from online. You want your phone ringing more, right? This can do this for you, okay? So we're basically in a 3rd grade way telling them what we can do for them. Also, it needs to portray you as the expert authority that can help them. There's a billion people out there selling SEO services. There's a billion people out there selling every kind of service that my agency sells. Why is my agency kicking ass and taking names every day of the week? It's because we portray ourselves as the expert authority. We even tell them, you can go to get this somewhere else. This is why you should come to us, okay? And I'm going to use the car analogy. You can go get something that has 4 wheels, a steering wheel, and will take you A to B. But if you want a Bentley, come to my agency. If you want that leather seat, if you want that Bluetooth thingy, if you want the great customer service, that's why you come over here. And it must give gentle, helpful reminders. Most importantly, those reminders have to be welcome reminders, okay? Meaning we are all very accessible these days. I'm looking down at my phone on the desk right now. On my phone, there's like, I can think of half a dozen ways right now that a business can get in contact with me. I ordered a t-shirt from a place yesterday and it shipped today. I got a Facebook message for it. I can also get text reminders. I can also get email alerts. I can also get all of this stuff. Every one of it's good, just depending on how you use it. The key here is, are these reminders welcome or are they obtrusive? So that's another fine line we have to walk, and one that I spent 11 years going through the good and the bad and the ones that are helpful and the ones that aren't, okay? So this is what makes shopping with you a pleasurable experience to where they buy from you. You never have to sell from them. This is the process that makes buying from you a pleasure, not a pain. And I want you to read that sentence one more time. This is the process that makes buying from you, not this is the process that makes selling to them. Does that make sense? It's a small distinction in the written word, But when you are actively doing this stuff, it makes all the difference in the world. And it takes all of that heavy lifting off of your shoulders. Give me a 1 or a yes if this makes sense. While those with GoToWebinar, it takes a little while for all these ones to start flooding in. What's up, Gerald? So I was taking a little bit of a drink. So if you want to see the stupid, simple, easy process that makes all this possible, give me a heck yes in the comment box. Of course you do. This is what it looks like. We all know what a funnel is. We all know what a squeeze page is. Okay? Now, there's a billion different ways to mock up a squeeze page. It's not like it was when it was like 2006 where we had to load up Microsoft front page and we had to start from scratch, basically doing the stuff from HTML or, basically an HTML thing. There's a billion ways to do a squeeze page. That squeeze page is what takes our cold traffic, and we'll talk about where that cold traffic comes from in just a moment. Cold targeted leads. Business owners that need our services. We send them to a squeeze page. That squeeze page says, yo, there's this service that can help you do X. Opt in below and we're going to show you exactly how you can do it for yourself. Okay? Now, when they opt in, they're going to go into an autoresponder, a very simple autoresponder. I don't care if you use Aweber or GetResponse. I use ActiveCampaign. You can use MailChimp. You can use any one. All of them will work for this. They get enrolled in that, so we capture that lead. Basically, we're using it as our CRM, okay? And then they get sent over to what I call a training center. Now, don't let this fool you. This is simple. This is a page with a simple video that says, hey, thank you for signing up. I'm going to show you exactly how to use this service for your business. Now, what you're asking now is, number one, why am I telling this business owner exactly how to do what I want to do for them? Won't they just do it themselves? Here's the answer. I love Land Cruisers, Toyota Land Cruisers, okay? I'm a four-wheel drive enthusiast, and I have one in my driveway right now that's 21 years old. If for some reason the transmission goes out on that Land Cruiser, and I have to call around to different mechanics that can rebuild that transmission, and I go to one mechanic who takes me over, he's got it up on the lift, he takes me over and he shines his light up there. He says, Mr. Stukes, now here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop the pan, we're going to take all the gears out, we're going to put it on a thing, we're going to clean the brushes or replace the brushes, we're going to replace the gears is ready, we're going to clean all this out, take all the fluid out, replace the bearings and all the soft stuff and everything like that, and we're going to put it all back together and button it up for you. And that's what we plan on doing. Now that he's told me exactly how it's going to be done, and I'm going to shake his hand and say, okay, pull it down off of the thing, I'm going to go and rebuild my own transmission in my driveway. Am I going to do that? Heck to the no. And I am a pretty good mechanic when I need to be. I'm not going to be rebuilding a transmission, though, even though he told me exactly how I do it. But when he told me exactly what he's going to do, it infused in my head. This is the guy to go to. He knows exactly what he's doing. He told me how he's going to do it in a third grade language. And he told me he trusts himself enough to know. He's not playing any games or anything like that. He's so transparent and so forthcoming. Of course I'm going to go with this guy. Of course I'm going to go with this guy. That's exactly what we're doing here. So in video one, and these are really easy videos. I don't care if you've never made a video in your life. If you want a good example of what these videos look like, look at your screen right now. This is simply a Keynote presentation. You can use this with, you can do this with PowerPoint, you can use this with Keynote, you can use this with LibreOffice, you can use this with OpenOffice. Those are free if you don't have Keynote or PowerPoint. Simple, simple, simple. They're about 5 to 6 minutes apiece. Video one, we tell them what the service is. We tell them why they need the service. Video two, we tell them in third grade language. We don't go into every detail on how to do it, but in third grade language, this is exactly what you need to do. And in video three, we present ourselves as the expert and authority. Now, we've already been doing that the entire time, but in video 3, we really drive it home. And of course, we have an email reminders, one that goes out right away, one that goes out after 24 hours, another that goes out after 48 hours after opt-in, another goes out at 72 hours after opt-in. Every one of those emails, they say, hey, in video 1, you're going to learn about this, 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 and this. Click here to go over to the video. And then the next day, hey, video 2, we're going to show you how to do this, 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 and this. Click here to go over to the video. And email 3, same thing, okay? Now, there is a sentence there that I want you to write down, because that sentence is responsible for more sales than any other sentence I've ever uttered in my life. I want you to steal it from me. Because what that sentence does is tells them to contact us to see how we can set this up for you. Okay? This is not a hard sell sentence. This is not a, hey, contact us, we're going to bug the hell out of you by phone twice a week for the next 3 years, right? They already know when they contact, we're not going to do this for free. We're an agency. Okay? We don't have to say that. They already know they're going to be paying money. They are raising their hand when they press that button that says contact us to see how we can do this, set this up for you. Now, beside every one of these videos, which are very, very simple pages, it's got a video, it's got a button to the right that says contact us to see how we can set this up for you. It can go to our contact page. It can go to our page that has our phone number on it. It can go to our contact form where they can email us. They can go to our calendar to where they can book in a calendar for us to call them. It doesn't really matter. The important thing is they're raising their hand saying, dude, this is amazing. I need this service in my business right now. They already showed me exactly how it's done. They're clearly the experts on how to do it. I'm going to contact them to see how they can do it for me. Does that make sense? And of course, we schedule an appointment to call, or you can email. If there's anybody on the call right now that is physically allergic to the telephone, that is okay. Now, your close rate will be a little less if you do this strictly through email, but it is possible. All right? And then step 5, call, consult, and close. Now, also in every one of those emails in the autoresponder, it also says contact us to see how we can set this up for you. And that's a separate link that goes over to our contact form or whatever. Now, the old method is to focus on a handful of prospects at a time. We're calling them all the time. We're emailing them all the time. We're chasing them all the time. They are losing respect for us the entire time. Robert, if you're so good, why are you chasing me all the time? Why are you calling me twice a week? I will buy when I'm ready. Does that sound familiar to you? Of course it is. Another old method, spray and pray to thousands of prospects, hoping that some will buy, but few do because they don't know you. Who is this? Why should I care? Who is this Robert guy? What is this agency? Why do I need this? I don't think I need this. The new method, it allows us to reach tons more prospects in a personal and authoritative way. It educates them on what our service is. It educates them on why they need our service. It portrays you as the expert authority that can help them. And it gives gentle, helpful, and most importantly, welcome reminders of what we offer. This is the process that makes buying from you a pleasure, not a pain. That sentence is crucial. Those 3 words, buying from you, not selling to them. The educational funnel process, our machine, takes care of all this heavy lifting for us. This is revolutionary stuff. It's simple. It's easy to put together. But this is not being done out there in a widespread basis. Matter of fact, I don't see anybody else doing it exactly like we do. And trust me, I do a lot of competitive intelligence. It weeds out the tire kickers. It introduces you as the authority expert. It manages expectations of the service. You guys that sell SEO, how many people have, we've all been through this, where we get a guy in the door and we've thoroughly explained that, look, it's going to take a few months to even see a little bit of movement. This is what we can expect in month 1, month 2, month 3. We're going to do everything we can to hit all of those metrics. But this is a different company we're working with. We're working with Google here. Google makes up its own rules as we go along. Okay, we have to manage their expectations, but we still get those clients that are like, I'm not number 1 for the term used cars by week 2. What do you mean, right? So we need our machine, we need our process to manage those expectations for us. It also directs the prospects to apply to speak to you. You can't be bothered to chase clients. Why? Because you're spending your time with your current clients, answering their questions, making helpful recommendations. That's what you got into this business to do. You didn't get into this business to chase clients all the time. And they already want to purchase by the time you are involved. This is crucial. You are never a salesperson, you are a consultant. They ask questions, and they're like, you ask them what their goal is, or they tell you what their goal is. Hey, can this help me? Why, yes, it can. Matter of fact, we have this package right here that can help you out. You never have to sell. They buy from you. So how cool would it be to copy my entire setup on this? Front to back, including all the templates, the swipes, and even where I find my clients. Give me a heck yeah in the comment box below. And while you're doing that, let's go to secret number 3, because I want to show you how this scales. It's really good. $10,000 a month is literally only the beginning, because scaling is easy. So we just talked about 1 month, 30 days. 500 leads a month, or 420 leads a month. 17 leads a day, 14 leads a day. It goes into our process. They go into our machine. Both of them get about a 6% on average. People saying, I want this right now. I want you to set this up for me. Okay? Because we told them to contact us to learn how we can set this up for them. For 1,000, let's say 1 in 3. For the 2,000, 1 in 5. Okay? Those are low numbers. We personally do a little bit better than that, but I realize your first time out, I don't want you to get discouraged if you're not getting, 1 and 2 closing. So $10,000 a month recurring, just 2 approaches, only took 1 month. So you can imagine what it's like in 3 months, 6 months, after a year of putting this to use. Okay? Now you're able to spend your time much more wisely. I don't know you. I know a couple of people on this call, but I don't know most of the people on this call. And Lee has a lot of people on this call right now taking this training. I know one thing about you. You didn't get into this business to work yourself down to a nub. I know that. You didn't get in this business to be a cheesy, hardcore salesperson. You got into this business to be a consultant, to help your clients. Less time spent prospecting, less time spent chasing bad clients, and less time spent talking to tire kickers. More time available for your paying clients as their trusted consultant. Trust me, I love to talk about marketing. I love to talk about getting clients. I love to talk about getting customers and stuff like that for my clients. And they pay me well to do that for them. That's what I love to do. I don't like going out and searching for new clients. That sucks. All the time, being on that client getting hamster wheel, that sucks. Doing the same thing over and over and over, month after month, that sucks. So knowing this, knowing how we've got this set up in a very general way, is it okay when you know that they purchased your services on credit, or if they dug into their savings, if they didn't have that cash flow immediately on hand? And let me elaborate on this. I'm going to tell you about Jeff. I've known Jeff for a while. Jeff is a single father. I helped him catapult to 5 figures per month in just a few weeks, and now he makes close to 6 figures per month. All right? Now, what if Jeff had tried to accomplish what he did without my guidance, without telling him, Jeff, we've done this before. I want you to do this method that we've kind of put together, okay? I want you to build this machine for your business, and I'm here to answer your questions and stuff like that. What if I wasn't there for that? What if I, just said, hey, there's a way to get automated clients to Jeff, would he be able to accomplish what he did without my guidance? Do you believe he would have skyrocketed to that $10,000 a month within weeks, or those $75,000 per month now? Or would it have been worth it to him if I said, Jeff, look into this crystal ball. It's a real crystal ball, okay? Has the batteries in it and everything. It works. Look into this crystal ball at yourself and your business 6 weeks from now. You're going to be earning 6 figures in revenue, $120,000 in revenue, 6 weeks from now. If you do exactly what I tell you, and it won't cost you, let's say, $1,000. And look, that $1,000, this is just example numbers, purely for illustrative purposes, just so we have a number there. So knowing my help would dramatically change his income level and his business and his life. Do you think it would be wrong of me if Jeff came to me and says, yeah, I can put that on my credit card right now? And if I said no, you can't do that, Jeff. You got to have the money right now, okay? Or should he spend years being frustrated, trying and failing again and again and again until something worked? Of course not. It saved him years of frustration and possibly of giving up. That's what you owe to your clients. You are there to help them get customers and clients in the door. If your client is a dentist, you're there to help them get clients in the door. If your client is an attorney, you're there to help them get clients in the door. If your client is a lumber manufacturer, it's there to help them get customers, okay? I say that because I just got off the phone with one of my lumber guys. He runs one of those lumber places. It's like Lumber Liquidators, but it's another one where people go in and buy their own flooring and stuff like that. Great guy. That's what you owe to your clients. To be their consultant and to guide them. And not spend your time chasing new clients. I told you this is a little bit different. I told you this is tough love. Because you came onto this presentation saying, oh, I'm gonna learn how to get clients and stuff like that. And now Robert's telling me the last thing I should be doing is chasing clients. Yeah, the last thing you should be doing is chasing clients. Because you owe it to your clients to not be chasing clients. You owe it to your clients to be working for them, not going out and getting more. You let your machine get you more clients. You also owe it to yourself, and you owe it to your business, and you owe it to your family, and you owe it to your husband, your wife, your kids, your fiance, your dog, to grow effectively. So in the past hour, would you agree that it's been time well spent so far? And while you're answering that, I'm going to take a sip of water so I'm not croaking in your ear. Obviously, I can't cover everything. I can't show you all of this stuff in 1 hour. And I'm not going to keep you here all day because I know you're a busy professional. I'm a busy professional. Lee is a busy professional. I'm looking at some of the people that are on here right now. I know you recognize a lot of these names. There's some busy professionals on here. I can't cover everything in a 1 hour workshop, but what I do have is a special offer. You can get everything you need to know on how to set this up, as well as how you can copy my entire setup front to back so you can hit the ground running fast. We talked about old habits before. Does this sound familiar? You've been on a webinar before. You spent a lot of time nodding. Hey, that makes sense, right? You nod your head. You even took some notes. You know the stuff works. And then as soon as the call's over, you go right back to check Facebook, check your email, go right back to the same exact things you were doing before. Without ever implementing this method that I spend tons of time and money proving that you will know will bring in a flood of new revenue with a tiny fraction of the work. It's just a better way of doing things. I'm not promising you a Ferrari tomorrow. I'm promising you a better way of doing things, to take that weight off of your shoulders, to take you off of the client chasing hamster wheel. It would be irresponsible of me to allow that to happen without at least offering you a way to learn everything you need in order to succeed fast. This is a common thing that I get asked. Robert, I need to make $5,000 a month. How do I do that? Well, we already talked about it. You can get 5 $1,000 a month clients or get 2 $2,500 a month clients. We just talked about how to set it in motion where it takes a couple of weeks. Everything after that is scale and growth. I can show you everything you need to know and even do a lot of the setup work for you, because you can copy my entire system just like Jeff did, just like those other coaching students did. So give me a heck yeah in the comment box if you want to see it. It's called the Client Automation Machine. It's the simple, proven formula that gets high-paying, recurring clients on autopilot. There's a couple of words in that sentence that is very, very important. I didn't just write that sentence. That sentence is very, very, very specifically written. It's simple, so someone that has been in this business for 11 years can get started doing it. Someone that has never taken a client can get started doing it. Number two, it's proven. And that's insanely important. You are all familiar with the business of teaching stuff, that so-called internet marketing business. You know that there's a lot of theory floating around out there. Somebody says, hey, this looked like it would work, so I'm going to go and sell it and stuff. This is actually proven. I've proven this method over and over and over, and it comes from years of me putting this together. Another couple of words, high paying and recurring, okay? Because just like Lee said at the beginning, you go out and make $10,000 your first month, and if you don't have a way for that to be recurring, you're like, oh crap, I got to do it again this month. And you're on that client getting hamster wheel. This is a 6-volume full immersion course that will walk you through the entire client grabbing process in full detail. It's the quickest way to go from zero to hero as a consultant, working less, making more, and without the stresses of all that added bulk that most people think you have to do in order to succeed. Remember, it's a little bit different. I'm not telling that you have to know everything. You have to know enough to get started. It goes on sale to the public, and when I say very soon, I mean in about 3 weeks. Using paid ads, we're going to sell this to the public for $29.99. You're going to see those ads on Facebook. You're going to see those ads in your Gmail. You're going to see those ads all over AdWords. Here's why. You get the 6-volume intensive immersion course for about $2,000. Comprehensive case studies, that's a $1,200 value. The look at ours example. So not only do you see the case studies, if you're like, Robert, how did it work for you? Well, you got to look at my agency's stuff for $600 value. Total value, $37.97. You also get the done-for-you video training slides. So no matter what service you offer, all you have to do is look at one of ours, one that we actually got there in the wild working for us right now, and you basically plug and play yours in, and I give you tips on how to do that. Value of that, if you had that done, over $1,000. Autoresponder email series, okay? If you had to go out and get a copywriter done for these, it would be $1,200, $1,300. I took the value way down because I'm not here to give you pie in the sky numbers. Value of that's $700. Cold email templates, just one of the ways that we get clients. I used to laugh at cold email, guys. Holy crap, I don't laugh anymore. We started implementing cold email a couple of years ago. It's one of our main ways of getting clients. Value of that's $800. So you're going to get everything that you see here that we've talked about. Total value, $6,394. This is not inflated. This is the value. But here's the thing. There's some of you right now, and it might be you, you have that I can't voice, that self-doubt. Robert, I don't know how to charge $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 a month. I'm going to reframe you a little bit right here. Because we are not here to do the work. We're not here to be up till 4 in the morning doing SEO for somebody. I teach you how to go out and find the people that do this for us. And I do not tell you to go to Fiverr or Upwork. I tell you to go to places that are off the beaten path where I get all of my freelancers and outsourcers and white label providers from. Okay? So this is the really important part. Just by being here, you already know more than your clients. You already know how to consult with them. More importantly, you will know where to find the best service providers they need and to get paid for your service. So think of yourself as a Target. When you walk into a Target, that store, that Target didn't make all of the items in there. We pay that store for the convenience of sourcing those items to bring them to us, and we trust them that they're going to sell us good stuff. Our clients trust us that our services are going to be great. It doesn't matter where that service originated or who did it first. as long as it's the best person to do the job. That's another reason you should never work a day in your life. Because if you're actually doing the work, you're ripping your clients off. Why? Because you're not the best person to do that job. We hire the best people to do the job, and we consult. That's our job. Your clients pay you for the convenience of getting the services they need. So even if all this did was finally make you profitable, would it be worth it? Of course. Even if all this did was give you that boot to the butt, that tough love to stop analysis paralysis and give you that roadmap, would it be worth it? Of course. Even if all this did was give you 7 or 8 clients that paid you a recurring 4 figures per month, would it be worth it? Of course. Now you can see why I already have people lined up to pay me $3,000 to bend my ear. If you're technology challenged, do not let the word automation fool you. I am just as technology challenged as you are. We go through the easy process of setting everything up in the training. Literally, I say click here, click there. This is very, very easy to set up. And of course, if you ever get stuck, you have direct access to me. Well, why am I doing this? It goes on sale to the public soon for $29.99. I'm bribing you. I'm bribing you for your testimonial. I'm going to be asking people to fork over $3,000 for this. And yes, it's worth it, but that is a high level of entry. Because I've worked with Lee for so long, I think it's about 5 years now. Me and Lee have an amazing working relationship. I trust him, he trusts me. I know that Lee does what he said he does, and Lee knows I do what I say I do. He knows I'm out there in the trenches. I know he's out there in the trenches. So if you're wondering how I'm able to provide this much value, I'm going to pull up a calculator right now. And to prove that I'm not doing a false scarcity BS kind of thing on you. So let's say I sold 500 of these things. And every one of these people have a question. Oh, you know what? Only half of them have a question that takes 5 minutes to answer. It's 250. 250 people have a question today. It takes only 5 minutes to answer, right? Divided by 60 minutes. 4 hours. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. 250 times 5. That's 1,250 minutes divided by 60 minutes, which gives us the hours. That's 21 hours I would be spending. So if you think I'm letting 500 people into this thing, you're wrong. If you think I'm letting 250 people into this thing, you're wrong. If you think I'm letting 200 people into this thing, you are wrong. There's no way that I can do that. I've got a company to run. I'm actually out there doing this stuff. And there's no way that I'm going to let some assistant try to answer these questions. Some assistant that's never done this before. I'm the one answering your questions. Only a very limited amount of spots will be ever available, period. 0 exceptions. Ron took this course. I took a course similar with a similar topic this month before Robert released the Client Acquisition Machine. It's actually called the Client Automation Machine. We'll forgive Ron for that. That course told me what to do. We already talked about how courses will tell you what to do, but not how to do it. I needed to know how. Robert has shown us how, step by step, in detail. It was definitely worth the investment. Another thing, the direction Robert is providing is spot on. I believe his insight into how to leverage what I currently have operating is going to result in immediate success. His personal approach and encouragement is truly a breath of fresh air. That's really key, because no matter where you are, you have to be able to leverage what you have. I don't want you to go and spend months trying to build up all this stuff in order just to get started. We need to leverage what you have right now to get started. The first call with Robert, we're going to talk about calls in just a moment. First call with Robert was a home run right out of the gate. He immediately proceeded to help me analyze and discover where the weakness in my process was, where the weakness in the machine was, provided clarity for what we must do next to achieve marketing financial goals. There's something in here I want to show you because it's a recurring theme. Robert, I want came to you wanting focus, direction, and marching orders. That's what a lot of people need. They just need focus, direction, marching orders. They need a proven system. You listened, gave me all three. It's great to have a coach that's on the same page. Talks, tough, love. Look, I'm not here to give you a playful pat on the butt and be a motivational speaker. That is not me. I'm not a motivational speaker. You want Tony Robbins? Go to Tony Robbins. I'm here to tell you exactly what's worked for me, to tell you exactly what's worked for other people, and show you how to put it together. If you need me to motivate you, you're coming to the wrong person. You should already have your motivation in place to work less, to be a better consultant to your client, and to have more time to spend with your family. That's your motivation. That's about as motivational as I'm going to get for you. Okay? So if you want a playful pat on the butt, go somewhere else. If you want to learn exactly how to do this stuff and have some tough love, come to me. Until all the spots are sold, which could very well be live on this call, you have the opportunity to learn directly from me the fast track. Remember the fast pass that we were talking about earlier? To get paying clients fast. This is your boot to the butt to stop that analysis paralysis for good. If you don't grab one of these spots, you're completely out of luck. I will not. I hate these emails, and I get them all the time. Robert, it's closed. Can I still sneak in? No. You know why? Because in this industry, you know as well as me and Lee do, that our reputation is everything. The moment we oversell this, the moment our reputation goes out the window. Our reputation is garbage. We just lied. So we can't oversell this. And I just showed you on a simple calculator how I can't oversell this. This offer will never be made again at this price ever, period. So if you understand and you're ready to grab your ticket, and get everything we just talked about, as well as up-to-minute case studies and live Q&A sessions. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in just a minute. You need to have your credit card. You need to have your PayPal ready. Once we hit the allotted number of open spots, this offer goes away. It will never be repeated at this investment again. So if you're ready to secure your spot, go over to clientautomationmachine.com/Lee. right now. And if Lee could, if you could drop that into the chat box so everybody gets it, clientautomationmachine.com/Lee. Now, if you would just go to Client Automation Machine, you're going to see that it says, sorry, this is by invitation only. This isn't open to the public. This will never be open to the public. Ever. For the bonus, you're going to get complimentary access to the Roundtable Mastermind. This is a bi-weekly mastermind that we have. We also get access to all the previously recorded sessions. This is $199 a month. You get a year access totally free. $199 times 12 is $2,388. Remember, I don't stack value. I don't just make up values, okay? That's the actual value of this. I'm going to go ahead and drop that in there. Oh, okay, Lee got it. Okay. This is the upcoming Roundtable Mastermind topics. We just had this one, how to build a video agency in 1 week using nothing but your laptop. On August 29th, we're talking about advanced client getting, Facebook lead ads, what's working right now, okay? So this goes above and beyond what you're learning in Client Automation Machine. In Client Automation Machine, we talk about a lot of client getting methods, which covers 6 as a matter of fact. But with the roundtable, we meet up every 2 weeks and we talk about what's working right now. So everything's constantly being updated. September 12th, advanced client getting, the 2017 direct mail matrix. If you've ever done direct mail, you've had one or of 2 results. You either love it or you hate it. I'm going to tell you exactly how to love it. And without it costing you an arm and a leg to get started, I'll tell you how to get started for less than $200 to where you're getting clients walking into the door, another autopilot method. Because with direct mail, everything's automated. It doesn't seem like it, but it is. September 26th, advanced agency optimization, new outsourcing methods we're using. Now, in the Client Automation Machine, we talk about lots of automation, including all of our outsourcing. And definitely not telling you to go over to Upwork or Fiverr or something like that. I tell you, the real places where we've been getting our outsourcers to where they stay. October 10th, Client Getting Funnel Clinic, the touchless 7-point Client Getting Funnel. October 24th, Client Getting Funnel Clinic, the Facebook lead ad reversal funnel, which is perfect for lead gen clients. November 7th, I'm going to show you exactly how we do press hacking, how we get press for our clients, and that's going to be that's a little more involved, so it's going to be 2 sessions there. December 5th, Scaling Your Agency for Massive Growth in 2018. This is the big one, all right? So we're going to spend 2 sessions. By this time, your agency is up and running, okay? So in December, we're going to talk about how to scale it for massive growth to make 2018 just blow your hair back. And of course, the 2018 session topics, they're going to be announced very, very soon. Another bonus, who loves Facebook lead ads? If you don't love them, then you're not doing them right, because you should be doing them right now. They're amazing. You're going to master Facebook ads for client generation and to sell as a service to your clients the fast, easy way. Now, the important thing about this is I don't tell you to go into your pocket. I tell you to use the revenue that you're getting from your client automation machine revenue, okay? And then when you're ready to start using Facebook lead ads, now you can parse some of that revenue over into lead ads, so you never go in the hole. Value of that's $200. One of our biggest services that we do for our clients is reactivation, customer reactivation. Now, I know that some marketers have been talking about this lately. I've been doing this since 2007. So you can learn from them if you'd like to. I'm not going to badmouth any other marketers out there. But it seems that this is like a hot new topic or something like that, like it's something very new. It's not. We've been doing this forever. And this is exactly our step-by-step process. Map value of that's $200. The client treasure map, which is our leaked internal document. This was not supposed to be put out there into the wild, but I did release it to our VIP members. When you become a Client Automation Machine member, you are now a VIP member. So you get access to this leaked internal document that shows exactly where we find the best high-paying clients, which means we went back through and we said, what clients give us the most money? What clients stuck around the longest? What are the variables there that they have in common? So we can start attracting nothing but the best of the best into our agency. And that's exactly what the client treasure map is. Remember, this is a leaked internal document. Do not expect a whole lot of fluff. Do not expect any fluff. Do not expect it to look all that great. It's me explaining the entire process to you, so you're not going to be confused, but it's not going to look pretty. It's a leaked internal document. Finally, the broker badassery. It's the absolute quickest, most effective way to sell services to businesses that are actively looking to buy. This is your ability. If you want clients tomorrow, I show you exactly where to find clients that are looking for certain services that you can easily broker, meaning you use arbitrage, buy low, sell high. You want clients tomorrow, this is the one that will get them for you. Value of that, $80. It's actually a lot more than that, but like I said, I'm very conservative with my values. What you're getting, the 6-volume intensive immersion course of the Client Automation Machine, $2,000 value. Comprehensive case studies, $1,200 value. Look at hours examples, $600 value. Done for you training video slides, $1,100 value. Autoresponder email series, $700 value. Cold email templates, an $800 value. The Business Consultant Academy Roundtable Mastermind, 1 year full unadulterated unrestricted access, $2,388 value. Facebook Lead Ads Champion, a $200 value. The Reactivation Hacking 2017 edition, $200 value. The Client Treasure Map, an $80 value. Broker Badassery, an $80 value. You can see why when this goes on sale for $29.99 in a few weeks, I'm going to have plenty of buyers because the total value is every bit there, and they're going to hit the ground running. They're going to make their investment back right away. You can also see why I'm bribing you, and I'm hooking you up because you're a subscriber of Lee's. I'm bribing you for your testimonial. Okay? So when you go to clientautomationmachine.com/Lee, you're going to see not one but two different options. One that's going to save you $100 immediately if you take it. All right? So I want you to notice a pattern with everything I'm showing you how to do. This is me on the left, doing what I do best, sitting on the beach, soaking up the sun. Okay? Everything is tested, refined, boiled down to be done the easy way. We've all heard of the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle. I live my life according to that. I am always chunking out the stuff that really doesn't work all that well and keeping that 20% that works amazingly. I am not the king of work smarter, not harder for nothing. Does it look like I work hard unnecessarily? No. I work hard, but not unnecessarily. So there's no way I'm going to tell you to go and work hard unnecessarily. I would never tell you to do that. I'm showing you the quickest, most effective way that there is. Remember, if you're technology challenged, don't worry, so am I. We go through the easy process of setting everything up right in the training, where I'm literally telling you, do this, do that, click here, click there. And of course, if you ever get stuck, you have direct access to me, not an assistant. You goes directly to me. My assistant knows which emails come in that are Client Automation Machine members. So she just forwards them right over to me. I get back to you within 1 business day. I do not work on the weekends. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that right now. I don't expect you to work on the weekends right away. Don't expect me to work on the weekends right away. Now, we have someone in place if you lose your login or something like that and you need a hand or something like that. Yeah, that. But if you're asking me something specific that needs my time, I don't work on the weekends, guys. So I ask you to be patient, and it's 1 business day. So if you email me on a Friday afternoon, Monday morning, you're going to get a response. Now, just got off the phone consult with Robert. Got to tell you, he is the man, went way above and beyond what I could have expected. Smart, patient, and you could tell that he really wants to see you succeed, even though he gave me some tough love. Remember, like, I'm not going to be mean to you or anything like that, but I am not a motivational kind of guy. You come with your own motivation. You already have the motivation if you're on this call right now. So don't ask me to give you playful pats on the butts and to blow rainbows and kittens all over the place and talk about rainbows and kittens and stuff like that. I'm just not going to do that. This is everything. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and I'm going to show you real quick. Now you're going to go over here to clientautomationmachine.com/Lee, okay? And you're going to go down here. There's 2 options here. The price for Lee's subscribers is $2.99 today, and in 30 days from now, you take a second installment of $2.99, or you can pay 1 installment of $4.99, and you save $100 right away. You get the 6-volume intensive immersion bootcamp training, overview of the machine, building the machine, starting the machine, running the machine. Volume 5 and 6, totally devoted to lead generation and client acquisition, part 1 and part 2, okay? Now, this is specifically designed so you're not spending 5 days, 4 days, 3 days, 6 days, whatever, going through this material. Remember, we are strategically lazy. Everything is to the point. Now, it's very detailed, but I'm not here to stack a bunch of crap on you just to make it look bigger, okay? Because who has time to go through, huge 90-minute videos all the time? I don't have time. You don't have time. You're a busy professional. I respect your time. Everything you need to catapult your business immediately is included. Couple of testimonials there. We talk about the Roundtable Mastermind. You can see all those topics. Remember, the 2018 session topics will be announced soon. Here's your 4 critical Business Consultant Academy courses. These are not for sale. You can't go out and buy one of these. These are not for sale anymore. So you get everything. The total value is over $9,000. This is your investment. Now, when you do register, you're going to go through the checkout process. You're going to register for the members area, and then you're going to see this. You're going to click here to like the Business Consultant Academy Facebook page, and that's so you can get exclusive updates and discounts. Okay. Then you're going to register for the Business Consultant Academy members area. The client automation machine is not in the regular Business Consultant Academy members area. Why is that? Because it is the VIP. Okay? But you still need to register over there to access the bonuses. All right? So that link will open in a new tab. And then you can access the training modules below. So this is crucial. You're going to open up volume 1. You're going to go through the introduction. You're going to have all the slides and everything. Then module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5, module 6, module 7, module 8. Then you're going to go right into volume 2. So you never have to go out of it. You just hit next the entire way through because it's designed, every module builds on the last one. Okay? And of course you get our machine funnels, so you know exactly what's going on. You're going to have everything laid out for you, so you don't have to feel like, oh, what did he say in that one video? He showed me that one thing. I have to go all the way back through the video. No, you download everything right here, not the videos themselves, but the slides. Okay? Now, when you do go and register for the Business Consultant Academy members area for your bonuses, remember, you get the Roundtable Mastermind access, the Broker Badassery Mount access, the Client Treasure Map access, and the Facebook Lead Ads Champion access. So that's what you're registering for over there. All right? So while I have that up, I'm just going to drop that link back in there. clientautomationmachine.com/Lee. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is take a sip of water, and I want you to go ahead, if you have questions that you've written down, go ahead and ask me. I don't want to croak in your ear, so I'm going to take a little bit of a sip of water. That's awesome. Lee just posted this in. I'm not really looking at the chat box yet. Testimonial just came in from an attendee. I have everything Robert has ever done. It is, without exception, some of the best and most real training you'll ever invest in. I appreciate that. I really, really do. Oh, it's Miss Jean. Hello, Miss Jean. How are you doing? Guys, there's a reason people have been on my list for years and years and years and years and years. I don't offer a new product every 2 weeks. There's no way to. I'm out there doing this stuff, okay? And I don't mean to pat myself on the back and sound like one of those guys that's like, full of himself or anything like that. But I'm being very, very real with you. I do this. I'm in the trenches doing this. So there's no way I can just make up new things just to have a new product every other week about. There's no way I could do that. So everything is limited in scope to exactly what we do in our own agency. All right.
Robert, we have an excellent question from D. Lynn. Let me read it out to you.
Okay.
What is the average budget needed to get to step 1 of the funnel?
Okay. I do recommend a crucial piece of software. I have no, matter of fact, I'll pull it up here. Hey, who has heard of Zapier before? Let's go over here. Zapier, what it does is it takes APIs from different things. You can have it, your Facebook, shake hands with Google Docs. You can have it shake hands with PayPal, with your CRM, whatever you use and everything like that. If there's one tool that you can't pry out of my cold, dead hands, it's Zapier, okay? This is a very well-funded and very well-run piece of software. This is not some pie in the sky, they just released it and it's going to be obsolete in a week, something like that. They are very, very good at what they do. I recommend the $20 a month, okay? So this is not expensive. This is very, very, it's the backbone of what we do because it ties all the services together, especially when we go into how we automate our outsourcing. And you're like, automate outsourcing? Is that even possible? It is possible because what we have them do is the moment we take the order, that order will come in our outsourcer, the correct outsourcer, automatically knows that, hey, that order's in. So we don't have to do a thing. They get started working. And then when they're done, they send the work over to us. We do what I call quality assurance. We look it over before we send it to the client. Okay? So everything up until the point where we look over the work that the outsourcer does is automated. Zapier allows us to do that, and it's very, very simple. Okay? And we go through the entire thing. So I do recommend Zapier. Here's another piece of software that I do recommend. You don't have to have it, but it's called Line 2. This is where you get a business line for $14 a month, $15 a month if you do the pay monthly, $15 a month. That allows you to have office hours. That allows you to have, oh, they're all talking to me right here. That allows you to have office hours to where it won't ring through your mobile, because you have an app that goes on your mobile device. It won't ring through. If it's after 6 o'clock, you don't want to take calls after 6 o'clock, it'll go to your voicemail and stuff like that. It's really, really slick, and it's really, really cheap. Okay? So those are two that I recommend. I also recommend that you have a Gmail account so we can use Google Docs and stuff like that. So if you're wondering what your total investment is to get started, there it is right there. I'm not here to tell you that you need to go and buy $400 or $500 in more software. I'm not here to tell you that you need to go and buy, all this other stuff and everything. What we're here to do is to get started using what we currently have. Okay? Using what we currently have. Remember that one testimonial where this guy literally wanted to go out and he was like, well, I heard about this thing over here and everything. Do you think I need that? I'm like, hell no, you don't need that. No. Do you have a laptop? Does it run? And there you go. That's what you need right there. And a phone helps. But even if you don't have it, even if you're one of those people that are absolutely allergic to the phone, if you break out in hives the moment a telephone gets near you, you can still do this. Now I will say, because I'm always going to be real with you, your conversion's going to be slightly less if you take your orders via email. And that's because it's our natural human tendency to put more trust into someone when we can hear their tone, when we can hear their inflection, when we know that they're being genuine, rather than just words in an email. But I show you how to do it both ways, okay? So if you want to start with just using email, you can do it that way. If you're really ready to go ahead and start taking orders over the phone and be the consultant that your client deserves, then I'll show you how to do it on the phone as well. So it's really up to you, okay? Someone's saying that the link's not live. You guys, I'm showing that we're able to, that people are coming in. I'm seeing the.
I went ahead and fixed that. I also created a bit.ly link.
Okay.
And so I think we've got a live link out there for everyone. Guys, if you're trying to click on something and it's not working, let me know.
Just let me know. I'm seeing that the people are getting in. For everybody that's in, and I see that those people are coming in, they're saying I'm in. That's awesome. Welcome aboard. You're going to get a welcome email from me. If you have any problems at all, go to support@clientautomationmachine.com. That's going to be, and also inside the members area, you will always have this right here. There's a contact form right there, all the way at the bottom on every single page. Okay? Look, I am not here to leave you high and dry. I stand behind this with every fiber of my being, because this is how I make money. This is how I put food on the table. This is how I pay my parents' bills. Okay? So if you have I set it up to where it's as quick as possible and as detailed as possible. But there's no way I can fit every single little intimate detail that you might run into, in every occasion. There would just be it would be a never-ending course. So you're going to have questions every once in a while. That's what I'm here for. Okay? So you just zox over to my contact form and ask me a question. When one business day, I personally get back to you. You remember the calculator? There's no way that I can do this. There's no way I can live like that. That's why I'm only letting a very limited number of people in. So this could sell out right here on the call. We don't know yet because I'm not looking at how many people are coming in. For the people that are in, though, that's what you need to do if you have any questions. All right, let me move this back over here. Open this back up so we have something to look at here. All right, so Gerald, I appreciate. I'm a Roundtable Mastermind member in the biweekly calls with Robert. Just plain rock. That's awesome, man. So cool. Let's see here. Yeah. Yes, the one is, this is the actual price for you guys, for Lee Cole subscribers only. This, not like this page is being indexed by Google or getting out there or anything like that. And if you go over to clientautomationmachine.com, you're going to see member login, but sorry, the Client Automation Machine is invitation only. Okay? So it's not like any geek off the street can come in and order this thing. This is only by Lee Cole subscribers only. So this is the actual price. $2.99 today, and then in 30 days, your second installment of $2.99 has comes through. Now, if you want to save $100 right away, just click this button right here, okay? So there's two separate ones you can choose. It's whatever you want to do. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible for the people that need it to get in. All right? I'm going to take another drink of water. Lee, if you see any more questions.
Absolutely. Guys, if you have any more questions, Robert has been so kind to show us so much stuff, and I mean, it's just mind-blowing to me. And we've been on here an hour and a half. I can't really ask him to stay on too much longer because he's a super busy guy, as you can imagine. So if y'all have any more questions, now is the time. So let us know. Just pop it into the chat. Be happy to answer, deal with any concerns, answer any questions. D-Lynn, I hope that answered your question about what you need to get going, which I think added up to be, what, $34? And you know, nothing beyond that, nothing fancy, but let us know. Now is the time.
Yeah, there's fancy doesn't really exist in my my vocabulary. I am not a fancy guy, as you could. I mean, you know, you probably see that I am not a fancy guy. That's not a fancy guy. I'm not going to be one of those people. When I first got started in my online in 2004. I didn't have two nickels to rub together, okay? And it's one thing that I like to tell people about when I first started, got my start in 2004, is that it was a great day when I found a $5 bill, because I could go out and I could get my dog at the time, who was no longer with us, a $3 bag of dog food, and I could go over to Taco Bell and get 2.49-cent tacos, and that was a great day. That's how broke I was when I got started. So everything that I've done, you know, and I know you hear a whole lot of sob stories and everything. No, it's not a sob story. That's just the way it was, okay? So I knew I had to get this stuff working back in 2004. So when I got it working to where I knew that I could go out and do this for clients in 2006, because I spent 2004 and 2005 doing it for myself, getting visitors and building websites and stuff like that, and making money in other ways online. By 2006, I was comfortable taking on clients because I was like, yeah, I'm good at what I do now, okay? But still, I didn't want to pour a huge budget into this thing before I knew that it actually worked, before I knew that people would actually want to hire me to do this stuff for them, okay? So there's absolutely no way I'm going to tell you, hey, you know what, you need, you know, a $1,500 budget just to get started. Well, that's just going to slow you up. It's going to take all of your enthusiasm out. So everything that we're going to be doing starts you off to where you put a little elbow grease in and you get 10 times that out of there.
Robert, got another question for you. So D-Lynn went over to Zapier and was reading around about it, apparently, which is a good thing to do, guys, and has a very specific question about it. It says, Lee and Robert, With Zapier, we can get 420 leads, question mark, sorry, still confused. So can you kind of relieve us of that confusion?
Sure. Zapier does not give us the leads. Okay, Zapier is just all Zapier is, and this will be a lot more clear once you're in. But definitely look at it. Even if this is not right for you, definitely still look at Zapier for automating your business, because what it does is it takes popular applications and makes them talk to each other. So your Gmail can talk more to your Google Calendar. Facebook lead ads can talk to PayPal, can talk to your autoresponder, which is one thing that I use a lot. So Facebook lead ads, the moment we get a lead from Facebook, it goes right into our autoresponder by Facebook actually telling our autoresponder, hey, this guy signed up, okay? You can automate anything, Google Drive, Facebook pages, Instagram, WordPress, Google Forms. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. You're not getting leads from Zapier. We talk about where to get leads and everything inside the actual training. Remember, I have 2 volumes devoted just to getting clients into the door, and we're going to talk about all of that there. We talk about 6 different client getting methods in the training alone, and of course the business in the bonuses you get even more client getting methods, and every one of them we use in our own workshop or our own agency. Okay, so what Zapier does is allows us to automate all of this stuff. Okay, so what you might have been looking at is over here, or I want to get a pricing actually. Yeah, it looks like it's taking a moment. There we go. Okay, so you get Zaps with 3 steps, access to all 750. In one of these, there's like it says something like you have a limitation on your Zaps. Okay, and trust me, you're not going to hit that limitation with the $20 a month for what we are doing. Okay, now if you want to start at the $250 a month, you get unlimited and stuff like that, and all the previous. But you do not need that. Okay.
So Robert, would you define a Zap for these people?
Okay, a Zap is anytime if I go in and I'm starting basically a lead generation campaign from Facebook using Facebook lead ads. Okay, a Zap would be that process of getting Facebook and my autoresponder to talk. Okay, so one Zap would be one lead coming in. Also, if I had, we can go over here back to App Directory.
So a Zap would be like somebody lands on your Facebook ad, they decide to take an action, they do that, and then Zapier hooks that up with your autoresponder so that email ends up in your autoresponder. That instance of that thing happening is a Zap.
Exactly. Another example would be when we get a purchase that comes in, we have it automatically update our Google Sheets and Google Docs. Okay, so it will actually make a line of on our customers for this month, a sheet that has our customers for this month, their name, their business, their phone number, the exact order they put in, and all that stuff. That would be a Zap every time a new customer come in the door. Zapier is telling Google Sheets, hey, we got this information over here. We're going to put it on the Google Sheets. And one way that we do that is we use PayPal. If you take payments through PayPal, you can do this. It's really, really nice and easy. It's really simple to set up. And I go through the step-by-step process of setting this up with you. Is the payment will come in, and of course, the customers, their clients' information is in their PayPal, so we automatically get fed all of that information. Okay. Now we want it in a controlled environment inside of our Google Sheets. We also want them to tell Zapier to tell our autoresponder who's a buyer. Okay, so they update our autoresponder automatically that this is a buyer. So it's really, really slick, and there's $500, $600 solutions out there that can do this. We're doing it with a very proven $20 a month solution. Okay. So that's what a Zap is.
So, you're calling this client automation machine. So guys, The getting of the clients is automated, and Robert, I think it'd be fair to say that Zapier forms the backbone, is the thing that hooks up all these little services to create that automation. And then you talked about how even your outsourcing is automated. So somebody buys, you get, Zapier, guys, you don't have to worry about futzing around with different services, APIs. Zapier hooks up the API of PayPal with, your Gmail, so it sends it to your outsourcer, and your outsourcer goes ahead and gets on the stick and creates the thing that you want them to create, whatever it is you're selling, and Robert's covering that too. And then, Robert, it's, another Zap, it sends it back to you, you look at it, it's good to go, you send it to the client. Everything is a machine, but Zapier, D-Lin, is the thing that makes this machine work. It's like the thing that hooks it up all together, and it is remarkably cheap because you can get this power for $20 a month. And D-Lin, Robert is showing you in the training, because Robert, you gave me access to the training a few days ago. D-Lin, in Robert's training, so guys don't think, oh my God, I could never figure all this out. Quite frankly, neither could I. But Robert goes over everything that you need to do. Okay, like as you said, Robert, it's click here, put this there, do that. You hook this thing up, you build the machine, bam, you're in business. So a few weeks from now, you've got a six-figure business, and the part that I love is the recurring autopilot income. That is the freaking holy grail that we are all looking for, quite frankly.
And the reason that I use Zapier, the reason that I use this is that I could have gone, and we did talk about like building this out internally to where we had like our own software that automated everything, which would have cost me tens of thousands of dollars in initial construction, and plus the constant upkeep. And then we realized that Zapier does everything for us. So we save so much money, plus it's a trusted company that the big boys actually use. Big companies use Zapier. They're not going to go anywhere. They're better than IFTTT because they have more options. And just quite frankly, I love using them. So I use Zapier and stuff like that for like home automation stuff as well. And that's how robust it is. So you're not just limited to using it with stuff like that. So that's one reason that I really I have no financial interest in Zapier. I think that, of course, if I went out and built this thing and, for myself and I had to be relied on for the upkeep and of software and stuff like that, I would have a financial interest of saying, hey, not only do you get, have to come in this way, but you also have to buy this monstrous, huge piece of software that you're trusting me to do the upkeep on, right? And we've all been there before. We've all bought software like that before. A lot of it's very good, and the developers actually do keep up with it, and a lot of times they don't. This way you can, I know that you trust that I know what I'm talking about, but now you can trust that a company is standing behind the backbone that you're building your business on, that they're not some fly-by-night operation. So I did that. Another reason I did that was to give you kind of a warm and fuzzy, that that you're not building your business on like a cheap piece of software that's not going to be updated and stuff. All right?
Yes, we have all done that. That's a mistake.
Yeah, it's definitely a mistake. I've got more software sitting around on my hard drive that I've never used than probably anybody on this call. So.
Very cool, guys. And any other questions? Now is the time. I mean, you're welcome to hit me up in my support and ask me a question. I'll send it over to Robert and get his answer for you. But if you want the man himself, now is the time.
I don't mean to be quiet on you, but I don't want to run my mouth on you either. I'm just taking another sip of water. I'm starting to get that.
No, you're good. You're good. Robert, I think we're good to go. If anybody has any further questions and they come to me through my support, I will, of course, send those over to you. You've spent an enormous amount of time with my guys. When you reached out to me, you said, Lee, I'm not I'm not opening this up to everybody. I'm just calling a few select friends, me being one of them. So guys, what Robert said about that he doesn't want that many people buying this, that is the God's honest truth. And thank you so much for including me and people on my list in this select group. I really do appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you guys being patient and you know, giving me lending me some of your time. I know everybody on here, your time is valuable. Lee, your time is valuable. My time is valuable and everything. So I hope you got a lot of value out of this. If this is for you, you know, I don't play the scarcity BS kind of thing. If this is for you, read through everything, look at it. You know that we're not going to sell hundreds of these things. I just cannot do it. Even if this is not for you, though, take that mindset shift and the stuff that I taught you today and go forward with it. Okay, and what we were talking about, that customer psychology of allowed them to purchase from you instead of you pushing the sale. It's going to make your entire life and your entire business so much better. And then in the client automation machine, we take that to the nth level. Like, we take it as far as we can. We drive it until the wheels fall off. Okay?
Amen. That works. Awesome. Robert, thank you so much. I deeply appreciate this.
I appreciate you having me, Lee.
So guys, thank you so much for being on the webinar. I've had several people ask if there's a replay. Both Robert and I recorded it, so if the webinar gods are shining on us, one of those recordings will come through and we'll get this up for you. Give us about 24 hours, but we'll get this up for you, and then you can look through this at your leisure. Thank you so much for being on the webinar, and deeply appreciate your being on my list and opening my emails. And God bless you. I'll talk to you soon. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day, morning, evening, wherever you are.